All right, and they are off. Field of 35 athletes taken to this short track course here at Centennial Park. Again, getting a good look at the lead group as they look for a clean start. Looks like they've got one, so get this thing underway. 20 action-packed minutes of elbow-to-elbow, bar-to-bar racing. Coverage being brought to us this weekend by InsiderMTB.com. If you like what you see, consider hitting that donate button. Donate a few bucks towards the broadcast, and hey, we'll give you a call out on today's stream.
Yesterday, a great race coming from our winner, Kate Courtney, as found herself on that top step of the podium. So that was great to be able to see. It's Jennifer Jackson who dominated this race last year in 2024. She won the short track, and then Gibson was finishing up in third, Marin Lowe in fourth, and then Monroe in fifth.
Yeah, Bailey Ciopa setting the pace there with Bear National Team early, and yeah, it kind of mixed up. There's not this mixes all the field together. You're seeing both our elite women and our U23 athletes all in one race out here racing together, and so going to be calling a lot of names from both of those races yesterday. Bailey McSpadden in the mix, Lily Boucher, Marie Fay-St-Onge, all out here racing together with the likes of Kate Courtney, Jen Jackson, Gwen Gibson. Marin Lowe out there with Live Factory Racing as well. Maddie Monroe is as well on that Trek Factory ride. And it is a Bear National Team rider, Frankie, currently setting the pace. I do think that is.
Might be Bailey Ciopa leading them through right there, starting to be able to string it out. Again, if you're starting on that front row, big advantage to be able to keep it going because you don't want it to slow down and allow some of the riders that are in the second and third row to be able to kind of catch back up. And so Bear National Team trying to be able to control things riding on the front. Everybody's signing up right behind them. Nice job right there. Looks like Marin Lowe with the Live Factory Racing Team in that purple jersey just on the third wheel on the left-hand side. And it is Bailey Ciopa who's riding on the front. But look at them trying to squeeze by each other as that pace is slowing down. Spread out, tape to tape across the road on this uphill.
Yeah, Trek Factory athlete Maddie Monroe now moving to the front.
And Kate Courtney right in the middle of that black jersey with that brand new team that she's riding for, She Sends Racing, with a great win yesterday. Kind of controlling things with the tempo, and then it really came down to a sprint, diving on the inside just to be able to pick the win. I mean, Jennifer Jackson arguably just as strong as Kate Courtney. It just came down to that move at the end, and that's where the experience of Kate Courtney came through. And Jennifer Jackson, very strong rider, good Canadian national champion as well, as this group all together right now crawling up this climb on lap number one.
Yeah, Kate spoke to Kate after yesterday's race. She called it her Nino move. Shout out to her former teammate there. Nino Schurter, racing, well known in the sport of mountain biking.
Talked about bumping of handlebars. This is where it happens, when they're going slower like this. This is where things can get a little bit crazy when they're not like stringing things out. And so very tricky. And we saw an accident in our junior women just when they came across that start-finish line. And so we don't want to be able to see that happening. Starting to be able to come in as they're getting ready to complete lap number one. Going to pay attention to see what kind of lap times they are doing. Our junior women, fastest time that they had done was a 4:15. As this is our elite women. And again, there's some under 23s that are sitting in this group too. They're going to be definitely participating in this race. They're going to be a factor. Jennifer Jackson leading them through as they come through.
And the 80% is 3:28. 3 minutes, 28 seconds.
Four minutes and 20 seconds for lap number one. And so pretty good run right there. That's about 6 seconds faster than our junior women did on their last lap. So these women, that was again led by Jennifer Jackson, doing a good job trying to be able to control the pace. As Jennifer Jackson remains on the front right there, she continues to be able to push that pace. Kate Courtney sitting in second place in that all-black jersey, very distinctive. Privateer going off on her own as she decides to try to be able to try to get more girls on bikes. That's part of her foundation of her team. She Sends Racing, which is trying to get more girls on bikes, as Kate Courtney sitting in second position right behind Jennifer Jackson. Live Racing doing a good job. That's Marin Lowe sitting now in third as they've completed lap number 1.
I think she goes by Marin. She said not like Marin County. Great shot of the race action there. Again, this is that descent on this short track course, about what, 1.2 miles each and every time around, Frankie? So this is the fast section of the course. At the bottom here, they're going to make a hairpin right-hand turn. You'll see a lot of athletes have their feet out, kind of moto style, as they make that final turn, and that starts the climb of this course. It's a pretty substantial climb, bottom to top. So to get down there and make this first ride, that's where the actual elevation starts to pick up and then peaks up right there. So they make a turn onto what we call the Experience Fayetteville Power Climb that you're seeing right here.
Jennifer Jackson in that Canadian National Champions jersey riding on the front, and streaming up the outside, that's Gwendolyn Gibson. And Gibson was up there as well yesterday with our women, finishing up third in our cross country. She was right there for a long time until Jackson and Kate Courtney kind of separated themselves. So look at it out of the saddle right now, testing themselves, trying to be able to get rid of everybody that's sitting on. They don't want any freeloaders to be sitting on there.
And here we got a little bit of a break between yesterday's two.
Same two riders that broke away in the cross country now trying to dominate in the front here in the short track. Again, it's a very short race, only 20 minutes long, so it's all about speed, the fast twitch muscles. You got to have explosive power. And then Kate Courtney, she liked to be able to control things from the front, which she did yesterday. Looks like she's kind of got that same mindset for today.
Yeah, I spoke to her after yesterday's win about, we've moved some competition around, as you see Old Faithful there. Old Glory blowing in the wind, and the wind continues to be a factor today, has been all week. We had to change some competition times, reschedule a day of competition to yesterday to kick off the weekend. Ask her a little bit about what really has become a multi-day mountain bike stage race for these professional athletes, and how did she feel about that? And she said, well, she's excited, Frankie. She's excited at the opportunity to race her bike 3 days in a row. Ask her how her off season had gone. She said, well, she actually did a multi-day mountain bike stage race. And so this should be a little familiar territory out here, as she's going to do today's short track and then tomorrow's UCI HC XCO competition. Looks like a lead group of 4 now. Going to lead them back into the woods.
Much faster lap time, 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Riders going through with 3 laps to go, 3 to go, 3 laps to go, 3 to go. 3 minutes and 50 seconds, so a much faster time. The lap time before was 4 minutes and 20 seconds, so that's a big increase as they definitely that pace on the uphill. Gwendolyn Gibson doing a fantastic job to latch onto the back, and we got another rider. It was 3 riders sitting there, and now a 4th rider getting onto the back of that too.
Yeah, one of our Bear national team athletes able to bridge.
Kate Courtney comes back up to the front, sitting in Jennifer Jackson, and you have Gwendolyn Gibson. Makina Kellerman sitting in 4th from Bear National Team. Those are your lead riders. Obviously, there's more than 4 riders that are out there, about 6 or 7. Race after this one will be our elite men. Then after that, 11:45 is our junior men. And for our junior men final, your final call-ups have been posted at registration. They also are online. Junior men final, top 30 in each heat, 60 riders. Again, that is posted up at registration. You can find that information. Junior men final also online. You can find that information. Again, that race coming up at 11:45. In the meantime, it's our elite women that are underway. They came through last lap with 3 laps to go. More riders coming through with 3 laps to go.
All right, looks like another group of 3 trying to bridge back to this lead group of what is swelled to now 5 riders. As we have and that's Madigan Monroe, teammate to Gwendolyn Gibson on that Trek Factory ride, able to bridge up, and she's bringing more with her, Frankie.
Yeah, these riders in the back really digging deep to try to be able to get onto the latch at the back of that group. On the uphill, it always shrinks. Like you seem closer than you are when you hit the bottom of a hill. When you get to the top, that's when the gaps tend to open back up and be a little bit more realistic. And so the perception of like how close the riders are when they're trying to latch onto a group is thrown off when they get onto those uphills. Here's your lead 4 right now as they're going through. And again, Courtney, Jackson, Gibson, and then there's one other one that is in there. Might be Kellerman might have been able to stay on the back of that group. So the 4 and then one rider trying to be able to come around. Again, Walmart home delivery van sitting right in the middle. You know, there's camping up here, right? And they could use that Walmart home delivery to try to get their food delivered up here to be able to prepare for the race. I'm sure some people have thought about that. I mean, you don't even have to go anywhere. It's all online, all through the app. Call them up, get the food delivered up here to Centennial Park, fuel up, and get ready for your mountain bike race.
That's right, 500 South Centennial Park Lane. There you go. Get you some.
I'm at the top of the hill.
Just bring it to the top of the hill. It looks like got some passing going on in this Talladega-like turn as they go.
Kate Courtney, Jennifer Jackson, Gwendolyn Gibson, Makina Kellerman was the one that was getting on there, and Marin Lowe, Madigan Monroe, and then Bailey Tsiopa. Also, Courtney looking over. It's 2 to go, riders. 2 laps to go, 2 to go, 2 to go.
Okay, so those riders, even after that climb, I did see what you were saying. There was still some separation, but able to bridge back up. And now you've got a lead group of 7 heading back into the woods with 2 to go.
20 seconds slower that lap. That's the games that are being played. Again, it's tactics, it's strategy. A lot of going on out there. They did a lap time of 4:20 for lap number 1, a lap time of 3:50 for lap number 2, then 4:08. 20 seconds slower that last lap is a little bit of tactics and strategy. Kate Courtney looking over her shoulder, seeing if anybody's going to attack and come around her. Also trying to be able to stay in a good position. They want to be in the front on that downhill section because then they can pick the turn, they can cut the corners, and they can go wherever they want as that downhill section is coming up immediately as they're going into this. Riders coming through, 2 to go, 2 to go.
Next time through, a leader's going to have 1 to go. Frankie going to get that bell lap, and
that's 9 riders. Lori Arsenault sitting on the back of that group. She was one of the last ones to tag on to this group.
Jen Jackson looks to be moving up on the outside, wants to find herself back in front as well. Seems to be pretty comfortable riding first or second wheel in the races this weekend. Didn't want to miss the move when a move was made, so Jen Jackson finding herself back towards the front of this group.
Nicole Bradbury, Hockey Valley Resort, getting onto the back. That's the last one in the back there. So nice job by Bradbury to stay in connection with those front runners. She's in that dark blue jersey, sitting right there on this shot. She's the last one in line. Courtney in the black jersey is the first rider in the line. Big fluctuations in race pace, big fluctuations in times for lap after lap. Now going back onto a little bit of the uphill. Courtney, again, wants to be able to pick out her line, like seeing in the front. Anytime there's a kind of a response on the side, then she starts to be able to pick it up. She matches the riders pedal stroke for pedal stroke, as that's Madeline Kellerman starting to be able to come up. In the middle, Gwendolyn Gibson doing a good job as Gibson's riding for that Trek Factory Racing Pirelli team.
Has a teammate right there with her as well. That's Maddie Monroe, also in that Trek Factory kit.
It's kind of that multicolored kit is a Trek Factory Racing, as this is our elite group. Ooh, Bradbury, I think, suffering just coming off the back in that dark blue jersey, not able to hang with the pace on that uphill. Perhaps if they do a little bit of cat and mouse again, they have a good opportunity for her to be able to get back up there. Once these riders come around, they're getting ready to be able to set up to see one lap to go.
Strong showing by a couple of our Bear National athletes up there mixing it up. A lot of them racing in that U23 category, but out here shoulder to shoulder with the elite women. Today's short track competition. Kate Courtney leading them back into Fayetteville's own Stonehenge. Again, if you missed the action yesterday, race of the day was that elite women's race where right about here, Kate was riding second wheel to Jen with just a few meters to go and ducked in right here on the inside, able to make the pass and eventually take the win in a 2-up sprint. Happy to lead them through. Going to get one to go this time through, Frankie.
8 riders in the front group coming through, making their way around the Talladega turn, getting ready to be able to come onto the tarmac, and they're going to be seeing one lap to go. It's going to be Bell lap. Courtney slowing down, waiting to see if anybody wants to be able to come by. On the inside, Bear Factory starting to be able to move up. One to go, riders, one to go. It's Bell lap, one to go. Courtney, Gibson, Jackson, Lowe, Kellerman, Siopa, Monroe, Bradbury, Arsenault. That time, 4:20. I'm going to double check that. 4:20. That's an even slower lap than what they did the last 2 laps. And so very tactical race that's taking place out there, and that's what's allowing a lot of these riders to be able to come back. As you can see on your screen, those are your top 10.
2 Bear National Team athletes out there potentially able to work together, as is 2 of our Trek Factory team riders. Not sure a lot of opportunity for team tactics in this race. We've seen it in some of the other races already today, but not sure there's much opportunity for these teammates to actually work together, as it's just the pace has been kind of up and down throughout the race, Frankie.
It's been fluctuating a lot. Their pace, their lap times, definitely all over the place. This last one, 10 seconds slower than what they did the previous lap, and the previous lap was 20 seconds slower. The lap number 2 was their hot lap. That's what separated these riders from the rest of them. Jen Jackson's starting to be able to accelerate right now. Not sure if it's an attack or just trying to be able to get into position, and that's what it is. They want to be in position for these descents as Kate Courtney remains on the front. Kate Courtney rides on the front. She'll look over her shoulder when somebody comes up next to her to try to move up. Then she starts to accelerate to be able to stay in that number 1 spot. She does not like going back into second and third. And so Courtney in that black jersey just controlling her own destiny right now, hoping to be able to double up. She won yesterday in the cross country. She wants to have the chance to be able to win here in the short track.
Well, and we saw yesterday Jen attacked, and she might have attacked just a little bit early in the final meters of that elite women's race. So you wonder if similar situation, somebody's going to attack, somebody's going to throw a dart to see if they're going to be able to make it stick. Just a few more turns as Punchy climb, and you're going to be back on top of the mountain and reapproaching Stonehenge for the final time. If you're here in the venue, time to make your way to the start-finish line. Looks like we're setting up for a potentially pretty incredible bunch sprint to the line, as we've still got 7 riders in this lead group. Courtney looks over her shoulder there and sees all 6.
Last year, Jennifer Jackson was the winner of the short track. Going back to 2023, it was Courtney that won the short track. She was your winner in 2023. So your defending champions from the last 2 years find themselves riding side by side, making their way in towards our finish.
Yeah, it looks like 8 riders now.
Canadian champion going. Jennifer Jackson out of the saddle. Your winner in 2024 right here in Fayetteville in the short track, trying to be able to challenge the King. Kate Courtney respond, trying to be able to come back onto the wheel. She decided the uphill was where she needed separation, and Jackson continues to be able to push the pace, and Courtney does. She comes back after the cross-country ride yesterday. They are matching side by side. Yesterday, Brandon, you saw her dive on the inside. Will she do it
Same
again?
setup right here. We'll see if Jen Jackson leaves that door open again or if she closes it down to take the win here in the short track competition. Right here, this final turn into Stonehenge is where Kate made her move. Jen on the inside, I don't think she's going to let that line open up. She's keeping it tight. They are both up and out of the saddle. Kate's going on the inside. She's going to have the line coming around the corner. They're going to hit the tarmac and have a few meters to go. It's going to be a 2-up sprint in today's short track competition. It's going to be Kate Courtney taking the win again here, day 2 of 4, the 2025 U.S. Pro Cup presented by Walmart. She immediately sets down on the ground. Again, this is 20 minutes of all-out racing, leaving nothing